Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to be taking you along today as we prepare for an open house that I have going on this weekend. Today is Thursday. If you're a real estate agent, you know that you have to prepare for your open houses, right? So I think that this video will be beneficial for somebody that is a newer real estate agent and you just want to make sure that you're doing all the right things for the open house and that you are making sure that you're giving your house the maximum exposure. So if you're new around here, I'm Stevie. I'm a real estate agent. I am now with Real Broker. If you're interested on Real, reach out to me. I would love to give you all the details on that. But I'm an agent in Northeast Florida, so it's the Jacksonville area and surrounding St. Augustine and as north as Yulee, Fernandina Beach area. But I share videos for real estate agents, doing more day in the life videos, and also just showcasing areas around Jacksonville to be a resource for potential buyers and sellers. So let's get into this video right now, obviously in the car, and I've got a couple things with me. I'm stopping by the property and I actually need to go get a new sign because I switched brokerages and got to change up all the marketing. So I'm going to go get the new sign. The property just went live today. And ooh, I've got the lockbox with me too, but we're going to go out to the property. I am dropping off these flyers, which I will be utilizing these during the open house. So I like to have this for my listings at the property for the potential buyer, but I also have it in the MLS under the documents tab for other realtors to get access to this document. And then also I like to have this for the open house. So if it's not your listing, I suggest creating something. And I think it's better to just have something that isn't just the MLS listing. They have access to all of that, all the stats and everything that are on the MLS listing. Like, they can easily access that online. So you want to give them something of value, of something that's different. I will share with you this template in the description below. It's in Canva. You can literally customize all of this. So I will share with you on the first page, I have details about the neighborhood. For example, like its location, also in-depth detail about the community and what all it offers. Also, I wrote on here, like, don't miss out on the community social events like Cabana Night, Food Truck Wednesdays, and holiday parades. I have stats on here of like how many homes in the neighborhood and when this home was built. Then you open it up and I have improvements that were made to the home. Sorry, this is a horrible video of me trying to share this with you. Here we go. And so I have on here all the upgrades that the homeowner has done to the home. You can only write so much in the MLS listing, so that's why I like to have this in the MLS under documents, but also to have this for the potential buyer and then also to give this to the appraiser. So this has all the upgrades that the homeowner has done. And then on this other side is area highlights. So in case somebody isn't familiar with the area or that realtor isn't, they're going to get everything that they know or that they would want to know about the neighborhood in here. So I have places to eat and drink, the schools that are nearby, shop and play, just like all the things to do. Like, I just came up with the top ones. And then I also had the homeowner look at this and just see, like, is there anything in particular you want me to add? Any edits? Like, they know their area best, or just like popular places that they like to go. So I like to get their opinion as well. And also I have a section on here called room for guests. So I have like the hotels in the area. And then on the back is like a meet the team shout out thing. So I'll have the link below for you and that you can customize this on Canva. So I'll be dropping this off today. And I also use this at the open house. So when someone walks in the door, I immediately have something of value to give them that they don't already have access to. I also have with me, because I wanted to share with you guys, I just got this in the mail from Amazon, so I haven't put them together yet. But when it comes to the open house signs, which I'll show you mine, I like to put out as many signs as possible for maximum exposure for this open house, but also for branding purposes. So I'll show you my signs. They're in the trunk, but I do not love balloons. Balloons drive me absolutely insane on open house day because my car is full of balloons. I can't see. Like, they're coming up here, I'm having to push them back. And then I'm like trying to get these balloons on the signs while I'm out trying to put the signs out, which is already not enjoyable. So I would just rather X that task altogether with the balloons. But I feel like, okay, with the sign, like, they're custom, that's great and all, but there has to be something else with the sign, in my opinion, in order to get someone's attention. So I just bought these off Amazon, and if you would like, I will share the link for these that you can get off Amazon, but they are pinwheels that will go next to the sign. So all I have to do is stick this in the ground with the sign, and found this link that had like actual long ones, and these are like thick. They seem like good material for the yard or, you know, wherever, and this looks legit, and they're long. So I am super happy about this. I will be putting these out with the signs. Let's go. I'm on the road. I gotta get to the house, and yeah, I'll chat with you guys once I have the next thing to share with you. Really out of breath, running around getting ready for this open house. So let me share with you where we are at right now. Hopefully you can see me well, but packed up the car right now. I have in here probably 30 signs. I put out so many signs, and I showed you guys earlier how I am over balloons. So I have these windmills that we're gonna put with the sign. Look, it's very tall. Oh yeah, it's working. Let me close this door so Goldie doesn't get out. I had all these extra presentations in my trunk, and they got wet. They got ruined, but luckily I have some at the house, so it's like a great item of value to get potential buyers. But I also have this home buyer journal. I'm bringing with me, what, 5? I have so many more of these. I really want to get rid of them. They're super thick. I got them made from Market Dwellings, and I do have a code. I have a discount code, so I'll post it below in the description, but I'm gonna hopefully give away these today. I also have my buyer guides, new construction guides that I want to give away. I need all new branding, so I'm like really hoping to get rid of that stuff today. Trunk is full, so some of this stuff is for the event tomorrow, but for today, I'm probably just gonna bring in these waters. Typically when I bring food, I feel like most people don't end up eating it. So it's just a waste, and it's normally junk, and I don't want it. So we're just bringing waters. We're just gonna focus on value. But look, these are ruined, wet. So disappointing, but luckily we have some at the house. Okay, check out what else I have. These are for the event, but I was like, I'm gonna bring these along with me to the open house. Witty Woman Apparel created this for the customer appreciation event, but I'm gonna bring these along with me to the, oh, almost dropped it, to the open house today. And then she also got me a pack of crayons and put my logo on them. It's a sticker. So how cute is that? So if kiddos come through the open house, I can be like, here, take this home with you and think about me as you are coloring. All right, so John is coming with me today because, one, who doesn't love help with the signs, but also huge safety concern with doing open houses and promoting it like crazy, you know, going to be in a vacant home by myself. So always suggest bringing someone with you. You could bring a mortgage lender, title company, another realtor, just someone who is professional looking at the open house and not some like weirdo sitting in the corner. I think that is it. Oh wait, one more thing that I wanted to mention was I promoted this to all the realtors in Northeast Florida. I sent them all an email, which is like over 12,000 agents now. Sent them all an email when the listing went live, and then promoting it to the open house. And I just shared it all over SwipSwap and of course my social media platforms. But one thing that I wanted to mention is like more and more people are now sending these emails, like just listed and open house, probably because homes are staying on the market so much longer and there's more inventory. So I've been trying to get as creative as possible with my subject lines. So I would suggest you do too. I'll show you the setup once I get out to the house. Hello. Okay, we just put out all the signs and the windmill. I keep saying meal. I don't know why. We have the presentation here. I have shared this with you guys. Waters, home buyer journal setup, buyer guides, and then the coloring. So brought the seller's disclosure with me. which I always highly recommend, especially if you're not the listing agent and you don't know the property all that well. The open house went great. I'm gonna share with you feedback from the open house and how you can really leverage open houses, whether or not you are the listing agent or you are looking for buyers. I love checklists. So I'm gonna share with you checklist items that you should do before you host an open house. Today is Monday, so I did the open house on Saturday. It's been the busiest weekend. Got married on Friday, and then we went up to Amelia Island, went to the Ritz, got a massage, did all the things. It was so much fun. Did the open house on Saturday, and then yesterday, Sunday, had my customer appreciation event. And now today is Monday, thank goodness, no appointments, and I can just focus on this video content, but also all the work that, I mean, I've been up so early trying to get it done, and I will be at my computer for the rest of the day. So let's just dive into this. So I am the listing agent for this property, and I gotta be honest with you, we haven't been getting the showings that I've been wanting to get on this listing. As you know, the market is shifting, so things are different. If I would have listed this home earlier this year or last year, I mean, we would have had back-to-back showings at that house. There would have been a line out the door for this open house, but things are different now. And I really think that it's important, if you're a real estate agent, that you need to focus on solutions and not the problem. Like, okay, sure, the market has shifted. We aren't getting as many showings. It's not going as quickly. That's fine. Our job is not to focus on that. Like, of course, educate your client on what to expect and be realistic, but also like your job is to focus on the solution. I know if I do all the things that I am supposed to do as their advisor, as the realtor, as the listing agent, that I had to focus on getting this property sold. And I only need one buyer. So let's just dive in deep on this open house. So like I said, I haven't been getting the showings that I have been wanting, and I'm so glad that I did the open house. Like, I don't know, it's like 50-50 when it comes to the homeowner. Like, some of them are totally cool with you doing an open house, especially if it's vacant. They're like, do whatever you want, whenever you want. But sometimes, like, it's owner occupied. They have pets, they have kids, they have a family, they don't want to be out of their house for hours. Like, it is quite the process and can be a lot to ask sometimes, but it is so beneficial. Sure, if you are a realtor and you're trying to get buyer leads, like, this is a great way to get buyer leads, but it's also a great way to get that home sold for your client. And there's a couple of reasons why. So when you put up that there's an open house, like, this gets plugged on all of these realtor websites, right? That there's going to be an open house this weekend. So it's a great way to get these buyers into the house. I was actually shocked by the number of people who came through the open house. I think we only had, I can't remember offhand, but I want to say, like, I listed this house on a Thursday. I think we only had like 1 or 2 showings by Saturday. That is shocking to me. And this house is gorgeous. Prime location, amazing upgrades, beautifully, like, well maintained. And it is going to sell. It's just not going to sell, you know, it didn't sell in the 24 hours. And that is to be expected. But I was really surprised of the amount of buyers who came through who had realtors. And it's just, I'm thinking, why didn't the realtor schedule a showing, you know, prior to the open house? I think it is, of course, easier to be like, there's an open house on Saturday, go check it out, right? It's easy. And I love that. I'm like, yes, please send your buyers. I would love to meet them. I would love to talk to them. I know all about this house. I would love to share that with them. So it was great, but I just was kind of surprised by it. And a lot of the feedback from people who came through was like, wow, this is great. I am gonna go talk to my realtor about it. So I'm like, if I hadn't hosted that open house, would they have came through? And I see this all the freaking time. So there's a couple of things about it. Is like, one, okay, now they have an opportunity to see it in person, but now they get the opportunity to meet me. And not to toot my own horn or anything, but I do try to make sure that this person who comes through has a great experience and that they do learn about all the features of the home and even the area too. Like, that's very important as well. And I really think that with these things combined, it really makes a difference to that potential buyer. Like, having me there where having me out at the open house for my seller is really beneficial. So I got people really amped up, really excited, really wanting to put in an offer, whereas if I wasn't there, they wouldn't have had that experience. So if you are a listing agent right now, I think that you should be doing as many open houses as your client will allow you to have. It's another way to hold the house open, but also to do additional marketing. But if you're looking for buyers, like of course too, it's a great way to meet potential buyers. Let me give you some checklist items of things that I do to prepare for the open house to really leverage this open house. If you're watching this video, you're probably a real estate agent and you're trying to get more either buyers or sellers. So let me just share with you all the things that you need to be doing, and not just sporadically or just a few of these items. Really, what is going to make the impact is all of these items and doing them consistently. It's so beneficial. You can really build up your business off of open houses if you wanted to. There are so many ways to leverage this. So first things first, and I've seen this time and time again where agents don't do this. If you don't have listings, pick an open house that is a home that is in an area that you want to work, and that is a new listing, first weekend on the market, or like sometimes after a recent price reduction can be beneficial too. But if it's been on the market for quite some time, especially, well, now like homes are staying on the market longer, so I would say like second, third weekend might be okay too, but especially first weekend and after a price reduction. So if you have the opportunity and there are a lot of listings out there for you to do open houses, I would focus on the first weekend. But if not, that's okay. Still get out there, because this is how you can leverage the listing. You can cold call into the neighborhood. There is a dialer that I've used. It's called Mojo. So you can go to their website, mojosells.com. You can map around that neighborhood solely and just call into those homeowners and simply say, this is such a great way to brand yourself, to get buyers, to get sellers, and to, don't have this expectation like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna call this neighborhood, I'm gonna get so many leads. Like, you might have to nurture these people, but start here. Cold call into the neighborhood. Next thing is to door knock. If you are struggling with leads, I know that cold calling and door knocking are not ideal. They are not super fun, exciting, sexy things to be doing in real estate. But if you are starting out and you're trying to get business, these are things that you have to be doing. And just keep in mind, to keep yourself motivated and to keep going through the process, is it's not forever. Okay, the goal isn't to cold call and door knock forever. It's to get your business up and running successfully to where like now you're getting that referral business. And if you don't have the money to spend, then cold calling and door knocking are very, very cost effective things to do to lead generate. And they all work if you work. Next item that I want to discuss was promoting on social media. So this is to, yes, potentially hit like people who don't already know you, but this is a great way to get in front of your sphere and to promote your open house. It builds credibility, I'm telling you. Not that if you do it sporadically, but if you do these things consistently, promoting it on Instagram, Facebook, make some YouTube videos. Don't just share open house 123 Main Street this Saturday. Go to the house, do a video, do a reel, share the 3 things that you love about the house, and then promote the open house. How can you provide value to people? How can you educate them and entertain them with these platforms that are free and where people are at all day? So sometimes you have to get creative. This is your business. Take a couple seconds to figure it out. You can also easily run ads. They're really not that expensive. And there are just so many things you can look into. And one thing that I'm really diving into is my Google business page and paying for Google ads. And you can set the dollar amount, the duration that you want to spend and you feel comfortable with. So try learning about that. If you don't know anything about Google ads, then hit up YouTube. YouTube University. There's so many free videos on there teaching you how to run Google ads. So you can run ads for these open houses. You can also promote these on all of the Swip Swap groups on Facebook. Search that neighborhood. Ask that homeowner if they can share it within their community neighborhood Facebook page and give them a link. Make it easy for them. You are working for them. So be like, here, if you have it, please post us into your Facebook group and, put in these basic stats. you don't want to say too much. Make it super, super short and sweet. Post in this content. Here's the link. Here's my contact information. Tell them to call me if they have questions and they want more details. You can also, if it's your listing, I would email all the realtors within your association that, hey, this property is coming soon, and hey, now we're doing an open house. Send your buyers out. If you have questions, let me know. I will happily give your buyers a tour, all the things, right? Day of the open house. I'm telling you guys, share the behind the scenes of getting ready for the open house. People are interested in realtors, in real estate. I mean, what about all these shows that are on Hulu, on Netflix, that are so popular, that are geared towards real estate? People are interested in it. And trust me, I think like people who aren't in real estate think it's a lot more sexy and glamorous than what it is. And I feel like I love sharing like the real side of things, but they are interested in it. And even though you might think, okay, my job is boring, it's mundane, it's not super fun, not super sexy, I'm out here door knocking in the heat, I'm making cold calls. Who wants to watch this? I'm telling you, get a little creative, put a little bit of thought into it. People want to see this stuff. So share the behind the scenes the day before, the day of, you putting out all those signs, you at the open house, share conversations that you have, talk about the market around the open house. So there's so many things that you could do. At the open house, I mean, I feel like you could do all these things, but if you don't know how to have quality conversations with the people who walk through the door, then it's not going to get you very far. And the reason why I say this is that, you know, someone comes into the house, like this is my perception of it. It's like they don't really want to talk to me. They want to see the house. Real estate agents are seen as salesy people, car salesmen, right? So they aren't super excited to see me. So I want to make it an enjoyable experience for them. Every time somebody walks into an open house, I immediately expect like their guard is up, their walls are up, and sometimes you can visually see that. You can see that they like do not really want to talk to me. But I love breaking down their walls, but sometimes like it's hard, and I have to practice to get better at this all the time. I don't think like I'm just a natural conversationalist, especially in a situation where someone comes in with their walls up. It's difficult. Let me just share with you a couple things that I do at the property. So I'm not necessarily diving in and really honing in on this home. I want to be a human being and show my personality and come off as like trustworthy, and that, you know, I'm not just here to like shove all this detail down your throat and try to get you to use me to be your realtor, right? So when people come in, I really just try to have a nice warm smile, very approachable, like come on in, and I like to immediately give them an item of value. So that's why I always like to give them that presentation, whether or not I'm the listing agent or not. It's something different that they don't have access to. So giving them something and just really kind of conversating with them and just seeing like, have you been looking for a while? Have you put in offers on places? How has it been for you? Are you looking at other open houses today? You know, how soon? Kind of just seeing where they're at. And those seem like good, approachable, quality questions to be asking people. And then, you know, if no one else is in the house, I might say like, do you mind if I give you a tour of the home? But I would say more times than not, I'm allowing them to do their thing, but I'm open, I'm there, I'm not like on my phone. I'm there to answer any questions that they have. And that seems to really work. But like I said, I have to practice. So like with John coming with me, in between people coming in, I mean, he is really good with conversating with people and having quality conversations. So he's a great person to practice with. If you don't have someone like that in your life, like find another realtor who will role play with you. This is really the only type of role playing I've ever done. And that is like when someone leaves, it's like, okay, what did you think of that conversation, John? What do you think I could have done better? And then like sometimes we'll practice and we'll kind of role play and we'll kind of go over scenarios like what could I have done differently in that situation. That is what is going to get you better. I promise you. Like I started off yesterday, we're there for 2 hours, and the quality of my conversations definitely, they get so much better. I feel like I'm good, but I always want to be better. And I feel as though the more practice, the more time that you just learn, and it's not to be like salesy, it's just to genuinely have better conversations with people. And I think it's important in any aspect of your life. life. So really at the open house, focus on the conversations. Okay, and then immediately follow up after the open house. Anyone who came through, realtor or not, follow up with them. Make sure you are getting feedback for that homeowner. If it's a potential buyer, then of course, like reach out to them, send them a video outside the house. Hey, it was really great to meet you. I'm Stevie. Let's say they had a question about the house and you're able to give them the answer via video, or just say like, hey, if you want to set up a time to chat, I would love to get on a Zoom call with you, treat you to coffee, whatever thing that you want to say. Just make sure that you are following up immediately after the open house. Get these people in your CRM immediately. That was one mistake that I made years ago when I first got started, was like, I wasn't adding these people to my CRM. I'd follow up and then I would drop off. And there were times where I would just find pages and pages and pages of open house sign-in sheets. And I'm like, why didn't I add these people to my CRM? So maybe it's just me and you've never made that mistake. But if you have, just remember to put those people in your open house. Make this checklist. I'm telling you, it's so helpful. All right, let's wrap up this video about open houses. If you thought this was beneficial for you, please let me know. Like this video, subscribe, comment below. I would love to hear from you. I would love to know where you're watching in from. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to be here with me. I'm so excited to share more content with you here soon, and I'll see you on the next one.